Part A, there are parentheses. So that's a hint for us to distribute the numbers. To distribute, we're multiplying the 5 with each term inside the parentheses. So we'll have 5 times 2x, which will give us 10x. And then we'll have 5 times negative 4, which will give us negative 20. On the right-hand side of the equation, it's just the same, it's 120. And then we want to solve for x, so we need to undo the 10 and the negative 20. To undo, we always undo the subtraction or addition first. So we will add 20 on both sides so that we can get rid of the negative 20. And on the left-hand side now is going to be just 10x, and the right-hand side would be 140. Then we will undo this times 10 because 10x means 10 times x. To undo a multiplication, we will divide. So divide by 10 on both sides. On the left-hand side, what's left is just 1x because when they undo each other, it's 1. So we'll have x left. And then right-hand side would be 14. And that's the answer. Part B, there are no parentheses, but we can see that on the right-hand side, there are two variables that are like terms because they both have x in it. So we will first combine them. So the left-hand side is just 65, nothing has changed. The right-hand side, combining negative 3 minus 5. So you can just put down the x first because after you combine there will be an x still. Then you can do negative 3 minus 5 in your head or in the calculator, and that's going to give you negative 8. Pay attention that when you have two negative numbers but they're adding, that does not mean that they're going to turn positive. Negative makes a positive only works when two numbers are multiplying, but it's not in this case. So after combining like terms on the right hand side, what's left is the plus 9, so we'll just copy that down. And then the next step, again, we will isolate the x, meaning that we want to undo the terms that's on the same side. So we have a plus here, so we'll do that first. So we'll do a minus 9 on both sides to undo this positive 9. So the left-hand side will have 56, and the right-hand side is negative 8x. That's what's left. And then we'll undo the negative 8, and that will be division because it was a multiplication. So we're going to undo the multiplication. And then we'll have just left, or 1x, we'll have just 1x on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, there would be negative 7. So to write your answers nicer, you can actually write them in different order. Put the x back on the left-hand side. Part C, there are parentheses again. So we will first distribute. So we'll do 2 times x, which will give us 2x. 2 times negative 3, which will give us negative 6. And then all the other terms, we can just copy them because nothing has changed. After that, we can see then on the right-hand side, there are two terms that are like terms. So we need to combine like terms. So 4x plus 2x is going to give us 6x. And then we'll just bring down this negative 6. And nothing has changed on the left-hand side. And then we'll undo the plus or minus, in this case the minus, so we'll add 6 on both sides to get rid of the negative 6. So now we have 6x equals 30. And then we undo the times times 6. So we'll divide it by 6 on both sides. So now the answer would be x equals 5. The next one, parentheses to start with, so we need to distribute. So we'll have, pay attention that in this case, we're distributing the negative 8, not just the 8, because that's part of it. So negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 plus 1, I'm sorry, negative 8 times positive 1 is negative 8. And then we still have the 3x. On the right-hand side, everything stays the same. Again, we have like terms, so we'll combine them. So that would give us negative 5x. And then everything else is just the same for now. And then we'll try to undo the plus or minus first, in this case minus, so we'll add 8 on both sides. And then we'll have negative 5x to bring down, and on the right hand side is 90. And then we can divide on both negative 5 on both sides to undo this times negative 5. So that way we only have x left, and the answer would be negative 18.